Parliament has embarked on a week-long induction retreat in Naivasha and Nairobi. They prepare to kickstart business in 4th Senate and the 13th Parliament respectively. To what seemed a direct attack on mobile money service providers and telecommunication firms, John Kiare, Member of Parliament from Dagoretti South, argued that although telcos are registered as communication companies, they double up as financial service providers.
We have companies that are registered as communication companies that are doubling up as banks. As it is right now, they fall and are regulated under the Communications Authority. But because they are also transacting money, there are some regulations that come from central bank that they depend on.
During the second day's parliamentary induction session with the Central Bank of Kenya Governor Dr. Patrick Njoroge, members of Parliament have asked the CBK and Communications Authority to seek Parliament's legislative support to rein in on broadcast betting telecommunication firms and broadcast media companies.
How can this Parliament help you with legislation? And would that legislation mean that we break these telecommunication companies into different operating units where the communication sits on its own and they are regulated by Communications Authority, and they have a unit that is transacting in money that will be regulated specifically from Central Bank?
The MPs reiterated sentiments raised by Kiambaa Member of Parliament John Ruguna Wanjiku Elias Kawanjiku during the 12th parliamentary sitting, while demanding answers from the National Treasury Cabinet Secretary Ukuri Yatani to furnish the National Assembly Department Committee on Finance and National Planning with financial details, records of tax remittances to Kenya Revenue Authority, pay bill codes issued by telecommunication firms, particularly Safaricom, and beneficiaries of broadcast gambling by radio stations and TV, demanding answers on remittances.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I ask a question 466 of 2021 to the Cabinet Secretary for National Treasury and Planning. Could the Cabinet Secretary provide details on ownership and value of transactions of all pay bills and pay bill numbers registered by Safaricom, Airtel, and Telcom Kenya used in betting and gaming activities by major vernacular radio station?
Kawanjiku singled out Inoro, Kameme and Bukena FM, owned by Royal Media Services, Media Max Network Limited, and Radio Africa Group respectively, as the major vernacular radio stations promoting unregulated live betting shows. He alluded that the companies are regulated by the Communications Authority, yet because they are also transacting money, there are some regulations that come from CBK, which they depend on as well, and are no bound to them.
Could the Cabinet Secretary further provide details on the financial statement of the pay bill transactions, inclusive of names of beneficiaries, amount paid, and tax revenue generated within the last 1 year? Actions. Question 3. What action is the government taking to address alleged case of money laundering activities being undertaken through betting activities? Speaker.
Very well.
Stanley Lugaria, the informer, uncovering the truth.